Recently, let me bring you into this. Recently, at least for me, phones have been banned. Now, is this a problem for me? Not really, because I be drawn. I'm trying to like improve my shit. It is what it is. But obviously, not everyone has the same situation. So, I'm going to be talking to you today about some of the things that I've heard, especially from my first day of school as a senior in high school, with the phone ban and, stuff that's happening. The general and blatantly overwhelming consensus is that the phone ban is bad. There's no point for it, at least within the younger community. But there were so many people that complained about phones being in schools that they decided to make it a law. And we can't really do anything about that. If we defy this law, then we face the consequences. And I don't even know what else to say, because how did we get to this point? How did we get to this point? Don't worry, I'll tell you how. Essentially, you people, yes, you people, can't leave your phones alone. In class, you'll be checking your text messages, doing whatever you think you have to do, then engaging in the class. Some classes were mad dry throughout my recent school years. The first day is usually really dry, even if there's people in your class from time to time, right? Because there's no guarantee you're going to be sitting next to them or that you might have to meet or talk to new people. See, I didn't really have much of a problem on the first day. As much as I probably would have with phones, because, it's the first day. Nobody really has work, quote unquote, work to do. So you're more or less likely to chill on your phone, draw, watch YouTube, text people, get into random conversations, play games. You can't really do that now. And in a way that's kind of a problem, because it's boring. Some people don't draw, some people don't have people to talk to, so you're kind of just sitting there alone. So as much as the phone ban may seem like it's helping, it's also hurting. Now, I guess this encourages conversation, but some people just don't like to conversate. And if you don't have the skills required or something to do to occupy your time, you're kind of just sitting there, especially when you have your work done. Some people like to study. See, so we had a conversation in class about this. I was in government. There are a couple of people, at the time I wasn't really thinking, so I couldn't come up with any crazy or important answer at the time. But she mentioned how people like to study when their stuff is done, or how Delta Math, the homework is annoying, so you tend to do it in class when you're done with your work. And I would like to say, I'm happy I don't have math anymore, but she's right. People like to study. People maybe not like to study, but they kind of have to. They want to retain information, learn different things that are relevant to their success, right? And that's fine, but it's a lot harder to do without your own personal access to the internet, your cell phone, your laptops. They banned all personal devices, and I don't understand why. You can't take these devices with you to lunch. You can't take the school supplies with you to the library because you're supposed to use the ones there, right? But what are you supposed to do with your extra free time in class? Not every teacher is going to be so willing to share their facilities with you, to be so willing to share their expertise on certain topics genuinely just because, right? This might be crazy to say, but they're lazy or they really don't feel like it. The crazy part is sometimes they might not even have the keys to their own laptops that are in the room. They'd have to go get it from somebody else and say that other person is absent and they have no substitute. What are you supposed to do? Instead of banning phones in its entirety, the easiest solution, in my personal opinion, is to limit them. Limit what you can use. I'm glad this is my senior year and I don't have to go through this in college. At least I don't think so. I hope not. But to deal with this for an entire year, it's not going to affect me all that much. I draw to pass time in class. I draw to improve myself I draw because I'm trying to make a portfolio to go into this school. But not everyone wants to get into the same school. Not everyone wants to do the same thing. Just because I have something to do doesn't mean everyone else does. To put into perspective, you're not even allowed to talk in class after your work is done 99% of the time. Why? Because it disrupts the class. At least that's what your teacher would more or less likely say, right? So what else are you supposed to do? If he gives you other work to do, fine, right? It's practice. But if there is no work to do, or you finish the main classwork and there's no other work for you to complete, no homework, no nothing, then what are you supposed to do? The phone ban may not seem problematic on paper, but trust me, it is. It is. And there's some parents that are condoning the ban of phones without actually thinking about the consequences or the stuff it may have on students, especially the ones that use it properly. The ones that use it as a tool for them to grow, even when, say, they're out of class. Now, there are pouches, right? And the pouches, we don't have yonder pouches. We have normal ones that we just keep in our bags. Okay. There's not much else to say. The whole thing with the pouches and how we get rid of our phones, I guess they're close to us and it's not gonna get taken from us, right? But I can't wrap my head around why they thought it was a great idea instead of limiting phone usage to ban it altogether. And look, let me ask you a question, right? No, actually, no questions. I don't think that it was a smart move to use funding on the pouches rather than anything else. At my high school, we have an escalator that has been broken since I've been there. Even probably way before that. Why aren't we using our school's funding on that? At least first, get that out of the way before the pouches. What's missing? What do you need to do to get the escalator working? Because I put this on everything. If you do that, I'll reject, like, all qualms that I have with this school will be evaporated. Because at least movement is a lot better. There are a lot of people in that school. But what can I say? I'm just a student. What do I know? To close this off, I would like to repeat my stance on this take. The phone ban is problematic. Instead of banning phones, you should limit usage. Because for younger grades, it makes sense, right? You don't want them to get addicted to social media and the cellular device at a young age. Fine. But as you get older, it is your responsibility to be responsible with your phone. And if it becomes a problem, action should be taken. Do not ban phones, limit them. Okay? Cool? Fine. Niggas ban my phone and shit. Like, what? What you doing, bro? You enjoyed the video? Leave a like, subscribe, shit. Drop a comment, please. We're almost to 200, and we are on the road to 1K. So I'd personally be pretty happy if we made it there. Thank you for your time, and maybe I'll see you next time.
I see you. Yeah, I feel like you lost 5th time anyway. Oh, get him.
Hitting me while I'm AFK is not cool, pal.
That's a chance, you know that.
I won? Yo, I won that shit, cut. I can't believe it. I won. I'm clipping that.